Hello friends, welcome to Anis Academy. So as I promised you in the last video that I'll be coming up with the word problems on percentage. So here I am, you can see word problems we will be doing today based on the percentage concept what we have learned in the previous videos. If you have not watched previous videos, I'll provide the link in the description as well as in the I button. You can go ahead and watch it. Okay, so let's get started. So before we start, I also want to say if you want to solve along with me, you can have a pen and paper and you can comment your answers. Okay. So the first word problem which we are going to solve is in an exam, Ashley secured 332 marks. If she secured 83% marks, find the maximum marks. So we have to calculate the maximum marks here. So in the concept we have learned in the percentage, there will be three things. One is quantity, another one is total quantity, and third one is the percentage. So here if you see, okay, in an exam, Ashley secured 332 marks. So 332 is the marks which this girl has secured out of how much? So find the maximum marks that we have to find. So that marks obtained, or we can say maximum marks. Okay, out of maximum marks, this girl has secured 332. So if we have to calculate the percentage of 332, we will multiply with 100, right? And then whatever is the result we can write here. But that percentage is already given in the question over here, 83%. So you can write here 83. Okay. Now if we solve this equation, we will get whatever is the question is asking, find the maximum marks. So to get the maximum marks, we can frame the equation like this. Maximum marks is equal to, okay, so let's say this goes or I will solve step by step if you want to do that. So maximum marks goes to that right hand side, 332 divided by 83 multiplied with 100 is equal to maximum marks. Okay, so 83 comes to the LHS and maximum marks comes to the RHS. So upon solving this, okay, so what we have to do basically to find the maximum marks is we have to 33200 divided by 83. So if I do a quick division, 33200, okay, so I think it will go 4 times 2, okay, 32. So yes, this gets cancelled and then 2 zeros are there, that will go over there. So 400 is the maximum marks out of which Ashley has secured 332 marks and she got 83%. Okay, so this is the required answer. Hope it is clear. Now let's move on to the second problem. So in the second word problem, it is similar to the first one. It says here an alloy contains 26% of copper. So hope you know that alloy is a mixture of metals as well as non-metals. So out of those mixture, the content which copper contains is 26%. Suppose this is the alloy which represents 100 full. So out of which 26%, 26 is copper, Cu. Remaining is other material. Okay, 26 is copper. What quantity of alloy is required to get 260 gram of copper? So suppose you are mixing 260 gram of copper to the alloy, then how much alloy will be prepared? Okay, so for this also we will frame a equation similar to that. So 260 gram of copper, that means 260 gram of copper is already given, the quantity is given. I'll write the formula here which we discussed in the first video. So quantity divided by total quantity multiplied by 100 is equal to percentage. Okay, so out of, if you we see that formula, you can see quantity of the copper is not the total quantity. Total quantity is the alloy. So quantity is given 260 gram is the copper. Okay, and out of how much, what quantity of alloy is required to get 260? So that total quantity means the alloy quantity is to be calculated. So we will write the variable for that. Okay, for total quantity we will write it as a variable. So the variable name we can take from the problem itself, which says what quantity of alloy is required. So let's say alloy, required alloy A, okay, out of which 260 gram of copper we will mix, and if we multiply with 100 we get how much? 26 percentage. Okay, percentage is given. So now we have framed the equation from the question. Now if we solve, we'll get the answer. So to solve this, similarly what we will do is we will transfer A to the RHS 26 over here. So the equation will be formed like this: 260 by 26 into 100 is equal to A, which can also be written like A is equal to, so next step we will write A is equal to, so here you can see this goes 10 times, so 10 into 100 is 1000, which is your unit is gram, you can see. So alloy, 1000 gram of alloy is required, okay, to get 260 gram of copper. So this is how we have solved first and second problem. Now let's see some more problems. Okay, so here I am ready with the third problem. Okay, you can see I have not erased the formula. So third problem is there are 50 students in a class. Okay, if 14% are absent on a particular day, suppose on any particular day, out of 50 students, so you can a point to be noted down here is this number of students is given, isn't it? It is not a percentage, it is number. And what is this 50 students? This is total, there are 50 students in a class, that means 50 is the total number of students. Okay, so out of total 50 students, the number of students who is absent on a particular day, that number is not given, they have given the percentage. So 14% are absent on a particular day. So find the number of students present in the class. If suppose number is given like out of 50, 10 are absent, we can quickly subtract and we say 50 minus 10 is 40. So 40 is the present, but it is percentage, we cannot subtract, isn't it? So what we can do here is we have to find the number of students present in the class. First, if we know the percentage of students, percentage of the number of students present in the class, then it will become easy for us to calculate. So what to solve this, we will assume since it is percentage, so total number of students is 100. Okay, so I can say okay, total number of students is 100. Now absent, so you can add it here, number of absent is 14. Now that doesn't matter whether it is percentage or because total is 100, so we can write directly as 14. Now, so number of present students, number of present is, we can do the subtraction here. Okay, so 100 minus 14, which gives us 10 minus 4 is 6 and 9 minus 1 is 8, 86. So 86 students are present out of 100, isn't it? So we can also say 86 is the percentage of students present in the class. Okay, so 86 is present out of 100. How much will be present out of 50? We have to calculate that. So we will see here. Okay, 86 or not like this. 86 is the percentage, right? Out of 100. So it is percentage. So the number of students present in the class is, so we'll write here, let's say that is X. So X divided by, okay, what is the total? Total is 50. Out of 50, X is the number of students present in the class. multiplied by 100. If we calculate percentage, so percentage we have already calculated here using this method, right? So 86 you can write. Now if you solve this equation, we'll get the answer. Okay, so let's solve this quickly. So as you can see, we can cancel it directly here, 2, and then I can say x is equal to 86 divided by 2, which gives me 43. So 43 is the number of students present in the class. Okay, so this is the answer. Now we will be solving another problem. So here I am ready with the fourth question. Are you all ready? So let's solve this. Okay, so in this question it says, in a basket of apples, 12% of them are rotten and 66 are in good condition. Find the number of apples in the basket. Okay, so there are two things here. In a basket of apples, 66 are in good condition. So this is a number given over here. But how many are in bad condition or rotten is given in percentage. Okay, so find the number of apples in the basket. So what is the number of apples we have to calculate? So what we will be doing here is, we will find the percentage of apples which is in good condition based on this given information. So you can say, let the number of apples be 100. So if number of apples be 100, then therefore rotten, okay, rotten apples are 12. Out of 100, 12 are rotten, isn't it? So we can also say then 66 are in good condition. So we are finding the percentage for that. So how many are in good condition? So apples in good condition. Apples in good condition is equal to total minus this rotten, right? So 100 minus 12, which gives us 88. So out of 188 are in good condition. That means 88 is a percentage. So now we can frame an equation very easily. Okay. So 66 is the number of apples in good condition. So we will frame an equation 66 divided by total number of apples. Find the number of apples in the basket. That means the total number of apples in the basket we have to find. So total we always write here, isn't it? So that we don't know. So let's say that is x. Okay, we'll write here as a variable. Multiplied by 100 gives us the percentage of apples in good condition, and already we have calculated percentage of apples in good condition, 88 out of 100, right? So this is the percentage. So we will write it here 88. Now if we solve this equation, we'll be able to find the answer, required answer. Okay, so to solve this, it gives us like this, is equal to x, which in fact x comes this side, and then if we cancel with 11, 6 by 8. Okay, now 4, 3 and 4, this is 25. So 25 into 3 is 75. So the x is the value of x is 75, and x is the total number of apples in the basket. Okay, so total number of basket is 75, out of which 66 is in good condition. Fine. So we have solved this problem also. Now let us see one more problem. So here I am ready with the fifth question. Okay. So let's get started this one. So it says here, in an examination 300 students appeared. Okay, so here we can see very clearly the total number of students appeared in the examination is given, which is 300. Out of these students, 28% got first division and 54% got second division. Okay, so number of students passed out in the exam is given in percentage here. 28% first division, 54% got second division, and remaining, so it is remaining students number is missing here. Remaining just passed. Okay, I think examiner was very liberal. Okay, so everybody is passed. Remaining just passed, assuming that no student failed. Okay, find the number of students who just passed. So we have to find out the number of students who have just passed the exam. So we can solve this problem two ways. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll show you both the ways. I'll divide the first solution here, second solution here. So in the first solution, we will first note down what are the given. So total number of student is total students 300. Okay, out of which first division, okay, first division is 28 percentage. This is number, but this is percentage. And second division, how many got second division? So second division is, you can see, 54 percentage. Okay, so the remaining just passed. So how to find out the remaining? So if we assume that total is 100, suppose total is 100, okay, out of which first division is 28 and second division is 54. Okay, so if we do like this, how much we will get? Whatever value we get, that is the remaining percentage, which is not given here in the question. So we can calculate it like this. So let's do it very easily here. First we will add these two. Okay, so 8 plus 4 is 12 and 5 plus 3 is 8. So 10 minus 2, 8, and 9 minus 18. So this 18 percentage is the remaining students. Remaining students just passed. Okay, so we got the just passed students in percentage. Now what we have to do is find the number of students who just passed. So we have to find the number for this, right? So to calculate the number, we have total number of students here 300, right? So we can say 18 is the, sorry, not 18, the number of students just passed is X, we don't know, out of 300 multiplied by 100 gives us the percentage, but percentage we have already calculated based on this given information. Okay, so this is 18. So if you solve this equation, you will be able to solve this problem. So let's solve this here. So 3 will be multiplied to 18, which gives us X is equal to 54. So 54 is the number of students who have just passed in the examination. Okay. Now we will be solving the same problem using different method. So what is the different method? Different method is, I have the number here, 28% students have secured, 28%, yes, 28% of students have secured first division. So I will find the number of students who have secured first division. Okay, so the number of students secured first division, I'll assume the variable here itself. Let's say this is Y. Number of students secured second division is, let's say, Z. So number of students secured first division by total number of students 300 multiplied with 100 will give the percentage. This is what is our percentage formula, right? Quantity by total quantity multiplied with 100. So percentage is already given in the question. This is 28. So now upon solving, we will get number of students who have secured first division. So again, if we have to multiply 28 into 3, right, which gives us 84. Okay. Now, similarly, we will find here the number of students who have secured second division. So, number of students who have secured second division has been assumed here as a z variable. So, z divided by 300. 300 is the total students multiplied with 100 will give the percentage. So, percentage is 54 here. So, this is 54. So, similarly, this also gives you same thing, 54 multiplied with 3, right? Because 0 gets cancelled here. So now z is equal to, upon multiplication, what do we get? 162. Okay. So this is the number of students secured second division, number of students secured first division. So total number of students secured first and second division we got. So and total number of students 300 is there. Now remaining just passed, right? So remaining, how can we calculate? We can calculate total number of students minus 162 minus 84. Okay, what is 162? Total number of students secured second division, total number of students secured first division. So if we subtract these values from total number of students, we will get the number of students who have just passed. So let's do this. So this becomes your 300 minus, let me add this separately, 162 and 84 will give you 6. 8 plus 6 is 246. So 246, 10 minus 6 is 4, this is 5, so 54. So here also we got the same answer, 54. Here also we got 54. 54 is the number of students who just passed the examination. So I have showed you both the methods. Whichever you feel is easy, you can solve. I think in this we have more calculation, and here we are doing little less calculation. Okay, so hope you have enjoyed this video. We will very soon meet in the next video. Do like and share this video, and if you are new to the channel, please subscribe my channel. Thank you.